Hello and welcome to the Strategic Bookkeeper podcast. I have received an email from a bookkeeper and she has asked me, I was just wondering what the difference is between the program and the starter membership. So the program being the Strategic Bookkeeper Transformation Program and the starter membership. She's also asking what is the price of the program if paid in full. And I'm going to answer both these questions inside the podcast today, but I am also going to give you a holistic way to, from beginning to end, use me and my content in order to build your thriving practice, delight your clients, and live your dream on your terms by becoming a strategic bookkeeper. Okay, so let's jump into the podcast. I'm Jeannie Savage, the Strategic Bookkeeper. I've been in practice for 14 years, but more importantly, 5 years in, I achieved a lifestyle practice. This means I scaled my business, could take my hands off the wheel, and draw a nice six-figure income while being time rich. And that's what I call my dream on my terms. I was recently awarded Women in Finance Innovator of the Year, recognizing my book, my podcast, my program, and my impact globally. The Strategic Bookkeeper is my life's work, and the opportunity to help bookkeepers globally achieve the income and lifestyle that sets them free absolutely fills my cup. Please do connect with me on socials at the Strategic Bookkeepers Way private Facebook group or shoot me an email, hello@thestrategicbookkeeper.global. Okay, so I'm going to break this podcast episode up into 3 parts, maybe 4. Let's see how we go. The main things I'd like to share with you today is number 1, exactly answering this question in a really simple manner, right? So difference between the starter membership and program and the fee structure. So they're the first 2. The third one is how to use me, just to make sure, because when I get these kind of questions, I can't help but think that this lovely bookkeeper, let's call her Jen, has not read my book, okay? Because if she had, she might know a little bit more about the program. So I'm going to get into how I can help you best, okay? So it's going to be a bit of a how-to guide today. So difference between the starter membership and the program. So I'll kind of go to the program first because I think of that as like if the way that I could help you was a ladder, the program would be at the top of the ladder, okay? So a quick word on how to work with me. You can join the waitlist for the Strategic Bookkeeper Transformation Program, which is a world-class, world first, described by members as mind-blowing, which typically pays for itself within a month and has a full money-back guarantee. Simply go to thestrategicbookkeeper.global/waitlist. I also have a pricing academy with a calculator and my entire suite of productized services, plus other courses and resources on my website. Email me if you have any questions, okay? My program is my signature program, the Strategic Bookkeeper Transformation Program. It's a bit like a done-for-you bookkeeping practice, and the program spans a year. It is a licensed membership program where I am going to help you, and I guarantee, money-back guarantee, to help you really build your thriving practice. And I think of it as build or renovate. So 80% of the bookkeepers in my program are in practice, whether that's a year or 20 years, because we have a really broad range. So I'm going to help you to be able to find, onboard, and retain clients without price as a priority. I'm going to help you in every nook and cranny of your bookkeeping practice, and I'm going to do it across my 7 key ingredients. Okay, so that is brand, menu, attraction, conversion, succession, systems, and team. And the way I'm going to help you is through my 5-step methodology, which is education, assets, implementation, team, and support. When you seek help in your bookkeeping practice, you're either looking at a DIY option, a done with you option, or a done for you option. And the transformation program is a mix of done for you and done with you. Okay, so education, learn what you need to learn. Assets, we give you a suite of done for you digital asset collateral across brand, menu, attraction, conversion, succession systems, and team. Okay. So that's a done for you. Then implementation done with you. So we hold your hand every step of the way over a 12-month period as you go from kind of zero to hero, so to speak, or what I like to call it kindergarten, as you get through that first year, which is really the foundation to move forward in your practice. Okay, so implementation, hold your hand every step of the way, and then team. So realistically, as soon as you join me, you are getting the power of the team that you need in your practice to thrive. So that is a veteran bookkeeping coach, a more than one marketing copywriter, in my opinion, the most powerful marketing department that you would ever have, a graphic designer, a branding specialist, a systems and team specialist, an SEO specialist, and more. Okay, so to win the game, you need a team, and you get my team, and then the support of the tribe. So the private Facebook group where you're going to surround yourself with a mastermind group, which is proven when you surround yourself with a mastermind group of like-minded professionals winning the game. Yeah, so succeeding, having the success, you are far more likely to succeed yourself. So you're going to have that as well. So that is the top of the ladder, right? Whereas the starter membership is kind of a little further down. So you've got my book, my podcast, and then realistically the starter membership, which was just launched recently, is the perfect place to start if you're not quite ready to join the program. Okay. And another great question I had was, if I'm not quite ready to join your program, okay, because I'm recording this in May 2024, and one of my beautiful bookkeepers coming through said, I am really keen to join in July when the doors open. Is it worth me joining the starter membership? And yes, oh my goodness, absolutely. The more of my content you digest in the starter membership, the more you're going to get out of my program, okay? Because you're going to come in with a base of knowledge. So absolutely, the starter membership is a great place to start. So the difference between the two is also that the starter membership, I talked about DIY, done with you, done for you. The starter membership's more your DIY. So you're going to get a digital copy of my book, you're going to get my audio book, access to my podcast, a private podcast, a range of free trainings where you're going to be able to get access to a whole lot of content from me for you to get educated. And then if you wanted to build out all the things, I give you the workbooks, like the playbooks, to build out all the things that you need to build yourself. Okay, so in the program, all done for you, tested, many iterations, world-class digital assets. Okay, so in the starter membership is your opportunity to have a go at doing some of these yourself. Okay, if you're going to join the program, do not do them. All right, because building this stuff took me over a decade. It is a little tricky, but if you wanted to get started and then you can kind of get a feel for it, get some experience, and then join the program, that is great as well. Okay. Now, the starter membership is $59 for 12 months access. So it's really accessible to every bookkeeper all over the world. Okay. In every corner of the world, you can get started with my starter membership. And a lot of people are saying, hang on, did I hear that right? And you are hearing it right. It's $59 for 12 months access, US dollars, okay? And that also includes a monthly mastermind with me and lots of stuff, yeah? And it was lovely to see when we launched it, one of the bookkeepers came through in one of our chat forums and said, Jeannie has massively over-delivered on my expectations inside the starter membership. So there's lots of amazing stuff in there and well exceeds the $59 for the 12 months access, one-off payment, no recurring fee. Okay. Whereas the Strategic Bookkeeper Transformation Program, you can either pay up front, but my passion has been to make this available at $99 a week US dollars for a 12-month period. And that passion comes from my brand story, which you can learn about in my book and a few other forums. But really, it's about me going back in a time machine to a time we were in the GFC, the global financial crisis. I had 2 mortgages and a new baby, my friends. And I just thought about what would have been ideal for me way back then as a babe in in the woods as a bookkeeper 14 years ago, ready to hustle and make all the mistakes and go through my first 5 fuck up years that you read about in my book. Okay. So I thought about what would have been ideal, and to keep stress levels low and to be able to get a return on investment week on week that paid for the support that I needed, the $99 a week would have been ideal. So I've made that available to bookkeepers globally. If you elect to pay in full, you receive a 10% discount for the year paid in full. Okay. 80% of our bookkeepers are paying on a weekly basis and 20% are electing to pay in full. Okay. So we have talked about the difference between the starter and my signature program, and we've talked about price. So they're my first two things. The next thing I just want to make clear is how to use me. And I'm going to put my tough coach genie hat on and just push you, because oftentimes I meet bookkeepers who tell me, I've got your book, but I haven't read it. Okay. So having someone hold you accountable, push you, having a veteran bookkeeper coach, and I am a high-end business strategist and coach. I have taken businesses from zero and like bankruptcy to 7 figures in 6 months. That's probably my biggest achievement with a business. Okay. So that was exactly 6 months to get a 7-figure profit result where we tracked month on month to get 7 figures. Okay. So now my passion is to help bookkeepers, but I still have a few entrepreneur clients as well. So I'm a trainer and assessor. I am a high-end business coach, and I am here to coach you. So the best way to use me to help you thrive in practice, to help you the same way as I'm helping bookkeepers all over the world, is for you to read my book once, then read my book a second time, especially if right now you're not joining my program. So the doors to my program open in July again. If you are absolutely 100% intent on joining my program, read my book once. You absolutely need to read my book once, and then you can join the program. If you're going to go it alone and build out all the things that you need yourself, DIY style, then you're going to need to read my book once, then read it a second time. So let's first talk about how you're going to get that done. Now, my book, sometimes people say, where can I get your book? Google me. Seriously, I didn't publish it here in my office. It's published globally. It's available at every bookstore all around the world online, in ebook form, in hardcover form. You can get it for your Kindle. I personally went into a recording studio and did the audiobook, available on Audible, available all over the place. Now, I wrote a short book. It's the hardest thing in the world for an author to do. I have talked about this a lot. Yeah. So my audiobook is less than 6 hours long. That is an hour a day while you are going for a walk or in the car or doing something multitasking. I can tell you right now, on a weekly basis, on top of running a couple of businesses, having a special needs child, all the other things, I will digest myself at least an hour of brand new educational content from one of my mentors. Okay. So what I do and what I recommend you do is do not listen to and read all the things and everything. That's called being a sprinkler. I want you to be a fire hose, okay? So here's exactly how I can help you best, all right? And I am helping bookkeepers knock it out of the ballpark. I've had bookkeepers leave messages on Facebook Messenger in tears at the impact that my work, that I am having on them, and I want to help you in the same way, okay? So you're going to go like a fire hose, not a sprinkler, and you're only going to digest me for the next 12 months. And if you want to digest anything else like my tribe, then you get what's called a reading list off me. Okay. And I tell you what to read in its entirety, and I tell you what to use the summary apps for, like the Blinkist app or Headway. Okay. However, until you have digested all my content twice, my friend, as a bookkeeper in practice, you should be narrowly focusing on me. Now, this is exactly what I do. I have got a couple of key mentors, and I'm digesting their content constantly, over and over. Okay, I'm digesting all their new podcasts, etc. So I go narrow. I've only got really, I'd say, a handful, like maybe 5, less than 5 top mentors, but there are about 2 that I am tuned into constantly. Okay. So do what I do. Be, do, have. Yeah. I'm not sure if you've heard of that. I won't go into that now. But if you want to have the kind of success that I've had, that my tribe has, that my bookkeepers have, do what I do. Yeah. Trust me now, believe me later. So what we're going to do to get that right now is we're going to commit. If you haven't read my book, you're going to commit to grab my audiobook. Yeah. Trust me now, believe me later. Get my audiobook, listen to it, in its entirety, and then use the hardcover. So go and order the hardcover. Let that arrive in its own time. You can grab my ebook as well. But grab the audiobook, listen to the audiobook. You do get it inside the starter membership as well. However, it's files, right? So I went and bought my own audiobook on Audible. All right. So just grab the audiobook in whatever format is going to work for you. Like I say, it's inside the starter membership. And I want you right now, when you're listening to this podcast, to make a commitment to listen to that audiobook in the next 7 days. No excuses. If you've got excuses coming up around time, around commitments, I want to stop you in your tracks right now, and I'm going to push you like an athlete to listen to my audiobook in the next 7 days. Okay. So mark the date in your calendar. Go into your calendar, put it all over the place. Pause this podcast right now. Go to your bathroom with a whiteboard marker or a chalkboard or a piece of paper and some sticky tape. And I want on your mirror the Strategic Bookkeeper audiobook, right? So I just want your single focus to get that education done. All right. And then once you've done that, you can begin to use everything I give you. And inside the starter membership, there's lots more trainings. Like I said, focus like a fire hose and start to digest everything I give you in order to be able to find, onboard, and retain clients without price as a priority. Okay. Every bookkeeper in practice, from conceptual right through, needs the ability to be able to find, onboard, and retain clients without price as a priority. I give you a new public podcast every single week. I serve you up incredible high value content free of charge, which is probably more high value than most things that you can get paid. Okay, so you're going to use that as well. And then I would love to encourage you as my point 4. So we've gone through the difference, the price, how to use me. And as my little 4th one, I would just love to share my passion for encouraging you to join my program. Okay. And I've talked about this a lot, so I won't rattle on about it. But as I said a minute ago, so every single bookkeeper, think about this for a second. So every one of us needs the ability, and I'm thinking back to the beginning of my journey when I was a babe in the woods. Everyone needs the ability to be able to find, onboard, and retain clients without price as a priority. That is a little sentence that is kind of like has so much massive power behind it. If you can't find, onboard, and retain clients without price as a priority, let me tell you right now, this is a bitter pill to swallow, but being a great bookkeeper or having great systems and processes will not mean anything. It will all be for naught. It will all be for zero if you cannot strategically find, onboard, and retain clients without price as a priority. And your ability to do that is found in nailing my 7 ingredients: brand, menu, attraction, conversion, succession, systems, and team. Okay. When you do that, you are going to position yourself as highly valuable with a competitive advantage. That means you're able to attract an audience, turn them into a pipeline of people who want to press go, even when you're twice the prices of your competitors. Okay. Because of your competitive advantage, you're going to be able to convert far more of your market and prospective clients into being high value VIP clients. Okay. You are going to understand how to future proof by continuing to serve real problems for your clients. That's Succession. That's a system of advisory built by a bookkeeper for bookkeepers. And then you're going to actually understand the 5% that makes 95% of the difference around systems and team that most people won't tell you. Okay, so that's how my 7 ingredients works. But I definitely want you to digest that over the next week as you listen to my book, that bookkeepers often tend to have the misconception and bias into believing that being better and better and better and better at the technical skill, and the systems and processes is what's going to build their thriving practice. And I really want you to consider that an inability to have a world-class winning strategy around find, onboard, and retain without price as a priority, is the absolute key and foundation that every bookkeeper needs to thrive in practice. Now, you can survive in practice without that. Probably if I lifted the hood on a bookkeeping practice without that, what I'm going to see is a busy bookkeeping practice with some revenue there, but not profit. And I often hear bookkeepers talk about the amount of clients they're bringing on and their revenue, but the time wealth and the profitability is not there. 9 out of 10 bookkeepers will fail to thrive in practice, and they will fail to earn less than they could in a job, and the time wealth certainly won't be there, but they won't tell you. Okay, so next time you hear a bookkeeper talking about revenue and clients, I want you to think, I wonder what the profit and the time wealth is like. Okay, I recently ran an event called the Small But Mighty Blueprint. And in that, I showed bookkeepers how to build a bookkeeping practice with you plus 2 staff and take home $200,000 a year for yourself. Okay, so if you're not doing that, you're building a busy practice. Bottom line, black and white. And we bookkeepers, you and I, we love black and white information, because when there's no gray, we can take decisive action. When there's gray, it's much harder. And the front end of your practice, which is the brand marketing selling, tends to have a lot more gray. Okay. So my friends, that is a wrap on answering that question for our beautiful bookkeeper, Jen. I would love to know if you have any questions, just like Jen. And if you do, just shoot me an email, hello@thestrategicbookkeeper.global, and I'll see you in the next episode. Okay, my friend, now it is time to take action. So what are you going to do with what you learned today? The way I see it, you've got 2 options. You can go it alone to try and save some money, or you can back yourself and go for it and join my tribe. And let me tell you, we are knocking it out of the ballpark. That's not a sales pitch. That is me serving you, dare I say, courageously. To find success, I 100% know you need the mechanics, which is like the keys to the kingdom, but you also need to get your mindset right and be super productive. And these are all things I help you with inside the program. I could go on about this forever because I really want this for you. Have a prosperous week, and I'll see you in the next episode.